What if I told you that there is a simple method that has been used for generations that can transform your home into a place that is always organized, without you having to spend hours tidying every day? Have you ever noticed how some people always have a spotless house, even when they work all day? The secret is not having more time or being naturally organized. In fact, there is a philosophy of life that teaches you how to keep any space always in order with just a few minutes a day. If you are tired of living in that constant rush of tidying, untidying, and tidying again, this video will completely change your relationship with home organization. Today, I will share with you 10 fundamental principles that will make your home always tidy, without stress and without rushing. But be careful. If you don't apply these techniques, you will continue to waste precious time every day on tasks that could be much simpler. What you'll discover here aren't just any old-school organizing tips. They're tried and true strategies that make tidying up natural and automatic. And best of all, they work for any type of home, big or small, with lots of people or few. Get ready, because one of these tips will surprise you so much that you'll want to apply it right away. So stick with me until the end, because the last strategy is the most powerful of all. Tip 1. A place for everything. The first and most important rule for keeping your home tidy is to make sure that each object has its specific and definitive place. Many people live in chaos simply because they have not defined where each thing should go when it is not being used. When you pick something up to use, your mind already needs to know exactly where it should go afterward. Think about your kitchen, for example. If every time you use a pan, you have to think about where to put it, you'll waste time and create mental confusion. But when each pan has its proper place, putting things away becomes automatic. The same goes for clothes, documents, cleaning products, and any other item in your home. Start by choosing a room and defining the exact place for each object. The scissors always go in the second drawer in the kitchen. The remote control has its own little table in the living room. The medicines always go in the same cabinet in the bathroom. It may seem obvious, but most people have never done this consciously and in an organized way. When you establish these fixed places, something magical happens. Your whole family starts to naturally follow this organization. The kids learn where things are and where to put them. Your partner stops asking where this or that is, and you save hours each week that you would spend looking for lost items around the house. The direct result of this change is a sense of control and tranquility that you never imagined possible. Your home becomes a haven of peace, where everything flows naturally and you can finally truly relax. Tip 2. The 2-minute rule. There is a simple rule that can revolutionize your household routine. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately without thinking twice. This small change in habit prevents the accumulation of small messes that later turn into big problems. When you get home from work, instead of throwing your bag anywhere, hang it up right away. When you're done using a cup, wash it right away instead of leaving it in the sink. When you change your clothes, put the dirty items straight into the hamper, not on the chair in your bedroom. These are gestures that take seconds, but they make all the difference. The magic of this rule is that it breaks the vicious cycle of disorganization. You know when you leave one thing out of place, then another, and before you know it, your house is a mess. This happens because our brains gradually get used to the mess. But when you apply the 2-minute rule, that cycle is broken before it even starts. Let me give you a practical example. After you've made breakfast, instead of leaving everything in the sink to wash later, wash each item as soon as you're done using it. It may seem like more work, but it actually saves you time because you don't have to deal with a pile of dirty dishes later. Plus, your kitchen will always look presentable for any unexpected guests. The benefits of this strategy go far beyond physical organization. You develop a mindset of efficiency that spreads to other areas of your life. Making quick decisions and taking immediate action becomes second nature, and this improves your productivity in everything you do. Tip 3. the power of the night routine. One of the most effective strategies for waking up to a tidy home every day is to create a nighttime routine that lasts just 15 minutes before bed. This small routine will ensure that you start each day feeling in control and organized without having to rush to catch up on the damage done. The secret is to do a quick tour of the house, putting away only the items that are out of place. This isn't a deep clean, it's just putting things back where they belong. Pick up any shoes that are left in the living room and put them away. Put away any toys that the kids left lying around. Put any leftover dishes in the sink or dishwasher. This routine works because our brains process information better when everything around us is in order. When you wake up and your house is tidy, your mind also feels clearer and more focused. It's like you're giving yourself a gift for the next day. Many people resist this idea because they come home tired and just want to rest. But think of it this way. Those 15 minutes at night save at least half an hour in the morning when you're in a rush. Plus, sleeping in an organized environment improves the quality of your sleep because your subconscious isn't processing the visual clutter. The transformation that happens when you adopt this routine is impressive. Your mornings become calmer and more productive. You don't waste time looking for things or getting stressed about disorganization. And the best part, your family also gets used to this new dynamic and starts to collaborate naturally. Hi guys! Before we move on to the next tip, if you're enjoying these strategies, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new content. And tell me in the comments, where are you watching this video from? I love knowing where our viewers are. Now let's move on to the next tip, which is one of my favorites. Tip 4, the traveling basket technique. One of the biggest causes of disorganization in the home is objects that are scattered around the wrong rooms. The solution to this is simpler than you might think. Always have a basket or box that travels around the house with you, collecting everything that is out of place. The idea is simple. When you go from one room to another, take the basket with you. Going from the living room to the bedroom, take advantage and take in the basket, that cup that was left on the coffee table, the child's toy that is on the couch, and anything else that doesn't belong in the living room. When you get to the bedroom, put each item in its correct place and continue on your way. This technique solves a very common problem: the laziness of making several trips to put things away in the right place. Many times you see something out of place, but you don't put it away because you would have to leave the current room. With the traveling basket, you optimize your movements and keep your home organized without extra effort. A practical example: you're watching TV in the living room and realize that you have some items that don't belong there. Instead of getting up several times to put each item away, you put everything in the basket. When you go to the kitchen to get a snack, you take the basket with you and take the opportunity to put everything away along the way. It's a small change that yields huge results. This strategy also teaches your family to think more efficiently about organization. Children begin to understand that they can help by picking up misplaced objects, and it becomes a fun activity. Your partner also naturally adopts this practice because it's much easier than making multiple trips. The most important benefit of this technique is that it makes tidying a natural part of your movement around the house. You don't need to set aside specific time to tidy up because it happens automatically as you go about your daily routine. Tip 5, the free surface method. A home always looks more organized when surfaces are clear and uncluttered. Clean tables, counters, dressers, and sideboards create an immediate sense of order and visually enlarge any space. The trick is to adopt the rule that these surfaces are only for passing through, never for permanent storage. Start by identifying all the surfaces in your home that accumulate unnecessary items. These are usually the living room table, the kitchen counter, the bedroom dresser, and the entryway table. These areas become magnets for clutter because they are convenient places to temporarily store things. The problem is that temporary things become permanent. Set a new rule. These surfaces can only have objects that actually belong there or are currently being used. On the dining table, for example, only permanent decorative items can be placed. Anything that is placed there must be removed the same day. On the kitchen counter, only the appliances that you use daily and perhaps a container of utensils can be placed. To maintain this discipline, do a quick check of these surfaces every night. It's part of your 15-minute bedtime routine. Any objects that shouldn't be there go straight into the traveling basket and then back into their proper place. It may seem rigid at first, but it soon becomes second nature. The visual transformation that occurs when you apply this technique is impressive. Your home immediately looks more spacious, cleaner, and more sophisticated. Visitors always comment on how organized the space is, even if you haven't done any special cleaning. This happens because our brains associate open spaces with order and care. Tip 6. The 5-minute strategy. Many people avoid organizing because they believe they need free time to make a difference. The truth is that 5 minutes well spent can completely transform a space and keep your home looking presentable. The secret is to focus on small tasks that have a high visual impact. Set a specific time of day for your 5 minutes of quick decluttering. It could be right after breakfast, before lunch, or when you get home from work. The important thing is to do it at the same time each day so that you can get into the habit. During those 5 minutes, you'll focus on one specific area of your home. On Monday, spend 5 minutes in the living room, straighten the sofa cushions, organize the coffee table, put away any misplaced items. On Tuesday, focus on the kitchen, organize the counter, put away any items that are out of the cupboard, quickly clean the sink. On Wednesday, it's the master bedroom's turn, and so on. The magic of this strategy is in the consistency, not the amount of time. When you do it every day, you never let clutter build up. It's like brushing your teeth. A few minutes a day can prevent bigger problems. And 5 minutes is so little time that it doesn't cause mental resistance or fatigue. What's most surprising about this technique is how 5 minutes can make such a visual difference. When you focus on a small area for that amount of time, you can leave it spotless. And because you do this every day in different areas, your entire home will always be in order without you ever having to dedicate hours to organizing. Tip 7. The principle of entry and exit. Every time you enter a room, take something out that shouldn't be there. And every time you leave a room, take something that belongs where you're going. This simple rule keeps objects moving to their rightful places without conscious effort. Imagine you're leaving your bedroom to go to the kitchen. Quickly look around and see if there's anything that should be in the kitchen. An empty glass, a plate, a piece of fruit. Take it with you. When you're coming back from the kitchen to your bedroom, see if there's anything that belongs in the bedroom. A book, a charger, a clean piece of clothing. This technique works because it takes advantage of movements that you would already be doing. You are not creating extra work, just optimizing movements that already happen naturally. It is as if your home had a circulatory system that automatically keeps everything in the right place. At first, you may need to consciously remind yourself to look around before you leave each room. But after a few weeks, it becomes an unconscious habit. Your eye automatically looks for out-of-place objects as you move around the house. Your family can adopt this practice too, multiplying the results. The most notable benefit of this strategy is that it completely prevents clutter from accumulating. Because objects are always being redirected to their correct places, there is never a major mess to deal with. Your home stays constantly organized with minimal conscious effort. Tip 8. The immediate replacement rule. Whenever you buy something new, immediately remove something old from the same category. This rule prevents excessive accumulation of objects and keeps your home with the ideal amount of belongings. It is one of the most effective strategies for preventing organization from becoming impossible due to excess. Did you buy a new blouse? Choose an old one to donate or throw away. Did you get a new appliance? Remove the old one from the kitchen. Did you bring home new plants? Replant or donate any that aren't doing well. The secret is to replace the old one the same day you get the new item before you get used to having too much. This practice solves a very common problem. We constantly buy new things, but we rarely get rid of the old ones. Over time, our homes become cluttered with objects that we no longer use, making organizing an impossible task. When you keep the amount under control, organizing becomes much easier. A practical example: your daughter has grown up and you bought her new clothes. On the same day, set aside the clothes that have outgrown her to donate. This way, her closet will never be overcrowded and you will always be able to keep her clothes organized easily. The same goes for shoes, toys, books, and any other type of object. Replacing things immediately also helps you be more conscious about your purchases. When you know you'll need to get rid of something old, you'll think twice before buying something new. This results in more careful choices and less waste, as well as a home that always has the right amount of belongings. Before I move on to the next tip, I want to tell you about something special I prepared for those who want to go beyond this video. It's a complete guide with organization secrets that completely transformed my home and can transform yours too. The link is in the pinned comment, and for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount for channel subscribers. Now let's continue with the next tips, which are some of my favorites. Tip 9. The functional zone system. Organize your home by zones based on the activities you do, not just by rooms. This approach revolutionizes the way you think about organization and makes all household tasks much more efficient and natural. For example, create an entryway right outside your front door. This is where you can keep your keys, purses, everyday shoes, umbrellas, and everything you need when you leave or arrive. A workspace could be in the living room or bedroom with all your office supplies organized together. A snack area could be a designated area in the kitchen with fruit, cookies, and snack supplies. The key to organizing your workout is to group items that you use for the same activity together, even if they would traditionally be in different places. If you work out at home, create a fitness zone with your workout clothes, towel, water bottle, and equipment all in one place. This eliminates the need to search for items in multiple rooms. Think about your daily routines and identify which activities you repeat frequently. Making breakfast, getting the kids ready for school, working from home, exercising, taking care of the plants. For each of these activities, create a zone with all the necessary items within easy reach. The transformation that happens when you organize by functional zones is impressive. Your tasks become much faster and more fluid because you don't waste time looking for materials. Your mind also becomes clearer because each zone has a specific and defined purpose. Tip 10. Weekly preventive maintenance. Set aside just 30 minutes a week to do a general check of your home's organization. This time investment prevents small slip-ups from turning into major messes and keeps all organizational systems running smoothly. Always choose the same day of the week for this maintenance. It can be Sunday morning, Saturday afternoon, or any time that works for you. During these 30 minutes, go around all the rooms, checking that each functional area is working properly and that there is no accumulation of objects out of place. This is not the time to do a deep clean or complete organization. It is just a preventive check, like a car inspection. You will notice if any closets are getting too full, if any surfaces are accumulating objects, if any functional areas need adjustments. It is a quick diagnosis to keep everything running smoothly. During this check-in, make a mental note of what needs special attention during the week. Maybe your bathroom cabinet is getting cluttered and could use an extra 5 minutes in the coming days. Or maybe your entryway is getting cluttered and needs to be reorganized. The great benefit of preventive maintenance is that it prevents unpleasant surprises. You will never wake up one day and realize that your home is a complete mess. Since you monitor it weekly, you can always keep everything under control with small adjustments. It's like taking care of your health. Prevention is always easier than treatment. Now you have 10 powerful strategies in your hands that will completely transform your relationship with home organization. These are not just tidying tips, they are life principles that create harmony and efficiency in your home. The secret is consistency. Choose 2 or 3 of these techniques and apply them every day until they become second nature. Remember that an organized home isn't just about aesthetics. It's about creating an environment that gives you peace, saves time, and a sense of control over your life. When your home is in order, your mind works better too. You have more energy for the things that really matter: your family, your projects, your dreams. Start today by applying the technique that makes the most sense to you. It could be the 2-minute rule, the 15-minute nighttime routine, or the functional zone system. The important thing is to start and stay consistent. In a few days, you will notice the difference, and in a few weeks, your home will be transformed. If this video was useful to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive more content about organization and home well-being. And tell me in the comments, which of these tips will you apply first? Your experience may inspire others who are going through the same situation. See you in the next video.